Hi everyone, Craig Munn here from the GVR team. I'm joined by my colleagues Asha Nill and Shari Wallace. We've gathered here to talk about a major initiative underway at GVR called Service Reimagined. So Ash, like sometimes we call this a digital transformation, service modernization. Um, Whatever label we put on it, it's a significant undertaking from the organization. I'd love just to kind of hear how you and the new Shari would describe what Service Reimagined really is and what we're accomplishing within it.
So I think my take on it would be this is the year we built foundations, built trust, and built momentum. Because we built foundations, whether it was through technology, through leading our people through all of the changes that we plan on having to expand out or improve our experience for our members, or it was, building trust with our members through going out, asking for their advice, talking to them, to be able to then leapfrog into the next year where we're going to start to deliver a lot more of those synergies that we've been planning throughout. Some of those have been delivered in 2025. Others continue to be delivered as we speak. Would you agree, Shari?
Yeah, I would. And I really see Ash and I working tightly in partnership. So Ash is the person who's out there with the members, really understanding what they want and how we can service them better. And then I'm kind of on the delivery side. So how do we need to retool IT, our infrastructure, our systems to support members better? And so I think we've worked really closely in partnership this year. And as Ash said, we've built great foundations and we've done some delivery, but I think in 26 you'll see a lot more. It'll be like dominoes. There'll just be more and more each month. I'm excited about what's to come.
Yeah, a lot of the initiative is about raising up modern services, probably more in Ash's member operations area, and systems and platforms kind of coming out of the area that Shari manages and leads for the organization. I'd love to we'll get into some specifics that members may have seen, would have noticed and seen this year. And one is the account executive model, and it's really kind of changed how we interact, particularly with our broker audience. How would you maybe describe that program?
So I would describe it as a presence, trust, and intelligence that we've, from our perspective, started to build around. So presence by way of being where our brokers are, trust by way of having an open conversation. These are not meant to be soapbox type conversations with brokers where we tell them what we're working on. It's been more of a bilateral exchange through Brian, our account executive. As we piloted this, we went into the brokerages and we asked the questions that needed to be asked, and then leveraging them prepares us better as their board, their association, to be able to lean into the conversation and to build tools and value for them that really matters.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this in the old days of technology, we would go into a dark room and we'd craft something and we go, there you go. And I think now the new technology, the way it develops, is an opportunity to say, here's a prototype, here's a pilot, kick the tires on it, see if you like it. And then if you don't, we can take it away back and adapt it and bring you something better. And that's where, to my mind, the account executive model really helps build better and more robust member-focused products. So I think it's a great model.
Yeah, and I think from a broker perspective, it's more about they now have clarity, they now have the partnership that they need. If they need something from GVR, they have an actual person that they can interact with and get those things. And Brian orchestrates on behalf of the broker to GVR and on behalf of the GVR organization to the brokerages as we try to influence from that very powerful ally in the form of that managing broker.
And now another key part of Service Reimagined is a member portal that Shari, you and your team have kind of been leading for the organization. This is really about kind of modernizing how we serve up information back to our members and how they interact with us. Maybe you can just speak a little bit about that initiative.
Yeah, and we've got a portal today, as you know. What we heard from members is that it's information rich, but they want to do more things online. They want more services, and they want to be able to do them on their time in a way that saves them time. When they're on the road, if they're on their phone, they want to be able to change their profile, make a payment, those kinds of things. So the new portal will be service-based. And we're launching end of this year with the My Profile piece, but this will evolve. So for a while, they'll see the old portal and the new portal running in parallel. And it might look a little strange because you'll click on a link and oof, there'll be a new member experience that's very different from the old one. But that's as we gradually move services over. And it'll probably take us about 6 months or so until we're fully on the new portal. So we hope they like it. We also want feedback. over those 6 months so that we can improve it as we go, and it will be built with them in mind and for them.
And members got their first taste of the portal earlier this year when we rolled out the payment processing.
That was just an early taster. That's kind of one of those pilots that I talked about, just so that, again, we can get feedback, you can start using it. And as I say, by middle of 2026, they'll have a totally different online experience.
As we talk about that portal again, one of the critical pieces from a service delivery perspective is the aspirational exceptional service anywhere, anytime, and in any channel of their choice. I think this is a huge milestone in terms of that, because our portal becomes a central place where our member goes to for control, convenience, and confidence, right? So they can confidently transact in that portal, and that's what we're building towards, is a site that creates value for them and is their at-a-glance dashboard, if you will.
We'd be remiss if we didn't mention the Unified Engagement Center that really kind of brought together different call centers, different service centers into one kind of consistent member experience. Maybe just talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So that was an initiative in favor of speed, consistency, and confidence being built within our teams to be able to scale to the level that our members expect us to from a service delivery team. And I'm very heartened by the way that our teams have taken heart to this and have put a lot of impetus behind it. They're starting to learn each other's skill sets. So across our member relations, what used to be member relations, our MLS support team, and our help desk team, to combine all of those teams into the one place where the member needs to go whenever they're looking for any kind of answers to any kind of challenges that they have. So to me, I think it's a faster, it's a cleaner, more confident service that we will be able to provide our members. Of course, there's going to be a learning path to it, because like I say all the time when I speak with members, we are taking, and Chari, you alluded to it earlier, it's like we're taking an agile approach. So we will learn as we deploy things. So it's not a carefully crafted all the way to the end path. It's a path that's based on continuous feedback loops that are built in, where we engage with members and say what is working and what isn't working, and tweaking the path along the way as we build this collaboratively with our members and our managing brokers.
That's great. And I think some of the key themes from all of these different initiatives is kind of more consistent, more efficient, and personalized service for the members. So I think that's important for all of our members to be watching out for in the year to come. And that's where I think we maybe kind of, before we wrap on the conversation, I'd love to just get both your thoughts. What can they expect in the year ahead, when it comes to this initiative?
For me, it's about enabling our back office, so the team who support our members. So things like a knowledge database. So in the past, individual members of GVR would have specific knowledge, and if that person wasn't available, the member would either have to wait or be called back. And so now, if we have a knowledge database, more people have access to those resources, and then service is smoother, it's faster, and it's shared across the team members. So I think little things like that might not be visible to members directly, but I'm hoping they experience it and they feel it when they call, that they get that more comprehensive, consistent service that's faster for them.
I think from my perspective, it is about opening up service channels of their choice. So whether they interact on a WhatsApp or a text message or a conversation via the phone, the speed and efficiency and the service delivery would remain consistent across those channels. To open up more channels, to have more self-service baked into it, so that members don't have to rely on having human contact when none is needed. For example, credit card, which is one of the things that we've started to already implement, and we've already implemented successfully. More to come on those fronts as well. So it's service delivery at scale across channels would be my take on it.
That's great. And as you can see, it's really an evolution that's happening, and it's a real modernization initiative, and there's lots going on. We can't capture it all here, but thanks very much, Shari and Ash, for taking a few minutes just to kind of give some insight to members on what's to come.
Thanks,
My
Craig.
pleasure.